What if I told you that 2,500 years ago, one man built an empire so massive it covered half the known world's population? And he did it not primarily through fear and destruction, but through tolerance and respect. This is the story of the Persian Empire, the world's first true superpower. And most people have never heard the full story. Around 600 BC, the ancient world was a mess. Babylon controlled Mesopotamia, the Medes ruled the north, Lydia had the gold, Egypt had the gods. Everyone was fighting everyone. No single power could hold it all together. Then came one man from a small Persian tribe in modern-day Iran, and he changed everything. But to understand just how remarkable this story is, you need to understand one thing. Every empire before Persia ruled the same way. You conquer a city, you destroy it. You take its people, you enslave them. You burn their temples, you erase their identity. That was the accepted rule of the ancient world. Nobody questioned it, nobody challenged it. Until one man decided the entire world was wrong. And that decision changed the course of human history forever. His name was Cyrus II, later called Cyrus the Great. In 550 BC, he defeated the Median Empire, which happened to be ruled by his own grandfather. That's how the ancient world worked. Then he marched west and took down Lydia, home of King Croesus, the richest man alive. People said Croesus had so much gold it was almost embarrassing. Cyrus took it all. But his greatest moment? Babylon, 539 BC. Babylon was the most powerful city on Earth. Massive walls, huge army, considered unconquerable. Cyrus walked in without a battle. He outmaneuvered the Babylonian army, diverted the river Euphrates, and entered through the riverbed under the city walls. The people of Babylon didn't resist. They welcomed him. Why? Because Cyrus did something no conqueror had ever done. He respected them. After taking Babylon, Cyrus made a declaration, recorded on a clay cylinder now sitting in the British Museum. He allowed displaced peoples to return home. He let the Jews return to Jerusalem after decades in captivity, an act mentioned in the Bible itself.
Under Cyrus, and later Darius the Great, the Persian Empire stretched from Greece in the west to India in the east, from Egypt in the south to Central Asia in the north. At its peak, 5.5 million square kilometers. It covered an estimated 44% of the entire world's population at the time. No empire, not Rome, not Alexander's, not the Mongols, ever controlled a higher percentage of the world's people. Let that sink in. Most empires rule by fear. Persia ruled by systems. Darius the Great divided the empire into 20 provinces called satrapies, each run by a governor called a satrap, but with central oversight to prevent corruption. He built the Royal Road, a 2,700-kilometer highway from Sardis to Susa, with rest stops every 25 kilometers. A royal messenger could cross it in 7 days. Normal travelers took 3 months.
But Darius didn't stop there. He understood something most rulers never do, that an empire is only as strong as the trust of its people. So he did something revolutionary. He created one of the world's first postal systems. Messages could travel across the entire empire in days. Information moved faster than any army. And with information came control. Not through fear, but through connection. He also built Persepolis, a ceremonial capital so grand, so breathtaking, that visiting kings and ambassadors would arrive and immediately understand. This was no ordinary empire. Stone staircases wide enough for 10 horses side by side, towering columns reaching toward the sky, walls covered in detailed carvings showing people from every corner of the empire bringing gifts, not as slaves, but as partners. Persepolis wasn't just a palace. It was a message to the entire world. We are powerful, we are organized, and we are here to stay. At its height, the Persian Empire had no real rival. No army could match it in size. No treasury could match it in wealth. No road system, no postal network, no administrative structure in the ancient world came close. For over 2 centuries, Persia didn't just dominate the world.
And here is something most history books never tell you. The Persian Empire was not just powerful, it was beloved. Conquered peoples did not spend their days planning rebellion. They traded, they built, they worshipped freely. Farmers grew crops without fear. Merchants traveled thousands of kilometers safely on the royal road. Children grew up not knowing war. For millions of ordinary people living under Persian rule, life was simply better. That is the true measure of an empire. Not how many battles it won, but how many ordinary lives it improved. And by that measure, Persia stands alone in all of ancient history. Of course, no empire lasts forever. The Greco-Persian Wars, including Thermopylae and Marathon, drained resources and exposed limits. Then, in 330 BC, a young Macedonian king named Alexander the Great swept through the empire, ordered the destruction of Persepolis, and declared himself the new king of kings. The Achaemenid Persian Empire was over. But here's the thing. Even Alexander adopted Persian customs, wore Persian clothes, and kept Persian administrators running the government. Even in defeat, Persia shaped its conqueror. The Persian Empire didn't just disappear. Its DNA is everywhere. The Islamic caliphates borrowed Persian administration. The Byzantine Empire copied Persian court culture. The very concept of a centralized, multicultural empire, that idea came from Persia. Thomas Jefferson studied Cyrus the Great. Gandhi admired him. The United Nations displayed a replica of the Cyrus Cylinder as a symbol of human rights. And modern Iran, despite everything, still sees itself as the heir to that ancient legacy. The Persian Empire didn't just conquer land. It invented the idea that an empire could be built on respect. And that idea outlived every sword, every wall, and
Hopeful that you like my video. If I am right, then please hit the subscribe button and follow us for more documentaries videos. Thank you very much.